The choice of St. Paul does not just surprise us, it offends something in us. Our sense of fairness, our theology of merit, our quiet belief that proximity to Christ should count for something. It's a deeply human instinct that says God has to be keeping score, cataloging every sin, every betrayal, every wrong turn, and that when accounting finally comes, the verdict will be, I told you so. But the choice of Paul dismantles that image of God entirely because the choice of Paul is an announcement that God does not think the way we do, does not love the way we do, and does not pursue the way we pursue. For his ways are not ours. And nowhere is that more visible or more hopeful than seen on the road to Damascus. The God who could have said, I told you so, instead told Paul, go. The God who had every right to make Paul a cautionary tale made him an apostle. But he made him an apostle not after a long season of punishment, not after Paul had suffered enough to even the scales. Paul didn't earn it. God made him an apostle immediately on the very road where the confrontation happened. This is not the behavior of a God who hoards judgment. This is the behavior of a God who is, as the first letter of John declares simply and almost recklessly, love itself. We live in a time when the church, in many of its expressions, has become associated with exclusion, condemnation, and a kind of spiritual gatekeeping that keeps the very people Christ consistently sought after at arm's length. The poor, the foreigner, the morally complicated, the forgotten, the voiceless, the ones who arrive with the wrong history. Yet Paul's very existence as an apostle to the Gentiles is the argument against that instinct. The gospel was always meant to travel further than our comfort zones. It was always meant to reach people who don't look like you or me, who worship like you or me, vote like us, or come from where we come from. Paul did not bring a domesticated Jesus to the Gentiles. He brought the full, demanding, liberating reality of the crucified and risen Lord and trusted that reality to do its own work in soil that looked nothing like Galilee. So let us learn, let us accept that grace does not confine itself to those already leaning towards it. God reserves the right to ambush the most resistant hearts, not because resistance is admirable, but because the transformation of the resistant becomes the most undeniable evidence of the power of God.